1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
Minutes after 7 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Monday morning. It is January 18th, 2016. It is 38 degrees here at the studios of the Source WOCA, broadcasting live from the Paddock Mall just outside the WOCA commissary, formerly known as the food court, where you too can get a bite to eat. They even got cupcakes in there now, Rob. Where are you?
Yummy.
It's always one knob, one button I forget to push. I'll turn. Good morning, Robin. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. It's cold. I'm cold in here.
Yeah, it feels good. It's refreshing.
Really? This is an odd room. It's either hot or cold.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of never, well, I guess it is perfect at somewhere in between the two. Mm-hmm. So 38 degrees right now. What do you think it is in Milwaukee?
Oh, -10.
-5.
Oh, okay.
-5 right now in
Okay.
Milwaukee. What do you think it might be in New York City?
37.
26
okay.
degrees. What do you think it is in Honolulu?
Oh, probably 92.
Well, it's still morning over there.
Oh, 74.
No, it's middle of the night, actually. It's 69
69
degrees. 69 degrees.
Okay.
If you really, truly wanted to get away from the cold weather, I think that's the place to move to.
Mm-hmm. Honolulu?
Yeah. Hawaii. Does it ever get cold there? I don't know.
I don't know. I had a friend that taught over there. She was a teacher, and she stayed over there in Hawaii, and she was a teacher for special needs children, and she had a good time.
I think I would feel landlocked. Of course, I don't leave this state very much, but at least I can. Just get in a car and drive out.
Right,
if I wanted to leave Hawaii, what would I do?
Oh, you get a helicopter, right?
A helicopter?
I mean, will a helicopter...
It's a long way.
Is it that pretty far, huh?
Well, it sits right in the middle of the...
Oh, that's right.
The Pacific. Good morning, everybody. Let's see what we got this morning, 7:35. Oh, my goodness, there was a debate last night, Democratic debates, so that's always that's good show prep for a radio host.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even realize it was on there.
So we will talk about the debate, what they said, and offer opinions and allow your opinions to come through by way of the phone. We'll do our best with that. Plus, there are a few other stories that we can squeeze into the mix there that have nothing to do with the debate. Mm-hmm. Today is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. By the way, it was not his birthday, but it's the day we celebrate his birthday. His birthday was actually the 15th. Mm-hmm. And there are a few things happening around town. Let me do them first.
Okay.
I actually only have two things. One started 22 minutes ago. Downtown Ocala, the Martin Luther King Jr. Recreation Complex is the march, and I suppose it's happening as I speak. The march celebrates the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Mm-hmm. And then, they must be cold if they're walking right now.
Yeah.
Ooh, I bet you they're cold. Mm-hmm. But then so that actually is all morning from 7 till 10. Mm-hmm. That's what it says. I don't know if they're walking that whole time or if you can walk at any point. I don't know how that works.
I think they walk from the square to the complex one time, I think.
Yeah, I believe from the square, downtown Ocala, to the Martin Luther King Jr. Recreational Complex. And then at 10 o'clock, from 10 till 2, there's a celebration at the park. The Martin Luther King Recreation Complex is where this will be. It's a day of celebration of the life and legacy of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Yep.
And as you all know, he was a leader in our community, but made the races a lot better off, bringing us both together and getting rid of, not single-handedly, but definitely leading the movement to get rid of segregation. And
yep, he did.
there you go.
He was one of the leaders.
There you go. We even had it. I mean, we had it right here. We had it everywhere.
Exactly.
And little by little, the kids are starting to say, "Really, really, that happened? They used to be that way, but not yet. We're not quite there yet. But
No.
it's a slow process."
Yep.
Let's see. What else are we doing this morning? News bites at 8:35. That's when we turn off our opinions and any attempt to be entertaining. We just simply read the news as it's delivered to us by the different agencies. Gives you a chance to catch up on the news.
Yep.
It's a 25-minute segment. Bern Pareso at 9:05. We love Bern. She's our medical reporter, and she gives us information about health providers right here in our community. Dr. Sandeep Grewal has been on with us before. Dr. Grewal will be talking about weight loss, the weight loss diet of the future.
Yep.
How about that? It's called, he?
He, I think. I
A
think
book
it's a he.
called Fat Me Not. Fat Me Not. 9:35 in the studio. Pastor Alan Easton is coming in. He is the senior pastor at One Life Fellowship Church and a missionary for 7 years in Colombia, South America, 4 years in Bogota, and 3 years in Cali.
Yep.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
The Tim Tebow Foundation 2016 Night to Shine event is what he's coming in to promote. 10:05 this morning. Alexander Unzicker is coming on. He's a German physicist, and he's written an interesting book called Einstein's Lost Key. How we overlooked the best idea of the 20th century.
Fascinating
Can't
stuff.
wait to find out.
Yeah.
Dr. Raphael Travis Jr. at 10:35. Dr. Travis is an associate professor of social work at Texas State University in San Marcos, Texas. He's got a book called The Healing Power of Hip Hop.
Fascinating stuff.
The Healing Power of Hip Hop. Brian Contos at 11:05. Brian is the chief security strategist at Norse Corporation. He's talking about hackers.
Yep.
Specifically white hat hackers.
Yep. The teenagers.
Not sure. Is that what that is? A white hat hacker is a teenager?
Yeah, but they're good ones.
Didn't know that.
They try to hack into things. So his daughters like his daughters are like the white hat hackers.
Fun with Joe today. Oh, I've got a fun game for you and Joe. It's called diner slang.
Oh, okay.
Joe likes to ring the bell and say, "Ham on rye," right?
Yes, exactly.
So what would you do if you worked at a diner and you were the waiter or the waitress? You would ring the bell or no, I guess that would be the cook who rings the bell when it's all done, right? He rings the bell. It's on ham on rye, right?
Right.
But if you're calling back to the back, you don't necessarily say hot dog on a bun. So I mean, there's some slang associated with diners, and don't ask me how it got started, but I will tell you the slang, and you have to tell me what it actually means.
Okay.
Like when you hear when you hear this one, and don't try to answer it now because it wouldn't be fair.
Okay.
But you hear the waitress say, "We need two city what was it called again? City soups. We need 2 city soups."
Oh.
City soup.
That doesn't sound good.
Oh, it doesn't sound good at all.
Sounds like like split pea or
2
something
city
like that.
soups.
I love split pea though.
Yeah.
But it might
2
be,
dead dogs
wow.
with a limp.
Oh.
2 dead dogs with a limp.
I'm going to be educated.
So we will all learn together, yes, what the
gonna be
different slang
educated.
means at the different diners.
Joe probably knows.
I honestly don't know where they use these things. I don't know that I've ever actually been in a diner where I heard these things being called out. I see the movies.
Yeah, I've been in some diners, but I don't recall the slang.
But anyway, so that's that's the fun game. And then with Galen, there's Galen Wagers Day.
Okay.
It's Galen Wagers Day. I have 21 questions about Galen that you and I both bet on.
Okay.
And we exchange $1 for every time we are right.
Okay.
Yeah, I get $1 every time I'm right. You get $1 from me every time you're right.
Okay.
Let's hope we break even.
Yes.
Neither one of us wants to owe the other one money.
No.
We're also going to learn about work husbands and work wives.
Okay.
There's a theory. It's not a theory.
It's true.
There's there was an article that says that we as men and women, when we go to work, there's usually one person at our job who serves as our work wife or our work husband. This does not mean anything lovey-dovey or sexual or relationship-wise. It's simply the role that person plays in your life at that place. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it could be polygamous. Is that what they say when there's more than one?
Yes.
But people don't. It's not really your wife, so it doesn't really matter.
You really don't have a sexual relationship with them. It's a capacity.
No, not really. Anyway, so if you're never.
It's everything with no benefits.
It's a Cosmo article. Yeah.
Okay, Cosmo.
Well, the question was, women have work husbands. I guess that's an assumed thing. You go to work and there's a guy there that you answer to, and he's your main guy at work. Yeah. Not that you have a relationship, and I would assume your boss. I don't know. But not your father figure, by the way. That was part of the article, too. So they were asking the question, do men have work wives? Do you have a lady at work who is your go-to lady? Like the same as you would go to your wife?
Yeah.
For things other than sexual things and romantic things.
If you're a president of a corporation or a vice president, and then you have an administrative assistant, that constitutes the work husband and the work wife right there.
Somewhere today, I want to squeeze in 10 things that we can all learn from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. on the day that we celebrate. Today, in addition to being Dr. King's celebration of his birthday, it's also National Winnie the Pooh Day.
Oh, cool.
And National Peking Duck Day.
Okay.
Take a little break. We'll be right back with the news and our commentary and your commentary. You're invited to call in during the 25 minutes after we come back from the break. The number will be and is 622-9622. We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. Just 2 weeks to the Iowa caucuses, the Democrats stage their latest debate Sunday night, airing opposite the NFL in Downton Abbey. Some have criticized the party for deliberately shielding their candidates. The party chair begged to differ.
We have had record viewership for our Democratic debates. We've actually bested 58 of the 61 debates that were held in the primaries in 2008 and 2012.
Florida Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz. The next Democratic debate scheduled for February 11th, a Thursday. It's Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Honoring the slain civil rights icon will be on the minds of many, including Dr. Raphael Warnock, the pastor of Atlanta's Ebenezer Baptist Church, King's Old Parish.
I'm clear that my job is not to stand in his shoes, but to stand on his shoulders, to do the work to which he was committed.
Dr. King was assassinated in 1968. Fox News, we report, you decide.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him opening his own clothing store at the age of 18? 1 in 138,000. To be a part of pop culture, he packed for the big city. The odds of finding someone to invest in his vision? 1 in 4.5 million. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. I encourage you to learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Ooh, ouch. Does pain have you glued to the couch? Yes, unfortunately it's true that every year we must get older, but that doesn't mean we have to deal with pain in our back, knees, or shoulder. If your muscles and joints are sore, don't worry anymore. Come get acupuncture from me and you'll be pain-free. Acupuncture starts as low as $35 at a Better You Healthcare. Call me, Dr. Erica Olstein, at 615-5566. Stop your pain from driving you insane.
Hi, this is Brad. I want to take a moment to talk about a serious issue. In the next 5 years, the aviation industry is projected to have a shortage of commercial pilots. Now is the time to start training. Ocala Flying Club has started a scholarship for the youth of Marion County ages 17 to 24. The club will donate up to $4,000 towards a pilot's license. This will help get the student on their way to obtaining their commercial pilot license. If this sounds like something you would be interested in, or if you know someone that would be, please contact Ocala Aviation Services, 861-7484.
Robin, let's try a little plant trivia. Name this nursery. It's a not-for-profit, and it teaches growing and caring for plants to their students.
Oh, that's easy. Kenny's Place.
Or how about this one? It's a nursery conveniently located between Ocala and Bellevue.
Again, it's Kenny's Place.
Or this one, a nursery with a wide variety of just what you need or want at the most reasonable prices.
Kenny's Place, of course.
Kenny's Place at 7677 Southeast 41st. Give them a call at 867-1213. It's a caring place for people and plants. It's Kenny's Place.
Jean Powell Pasture Mowing. Jean and Debbie would like to thank you for another successful year of business. We also want to wish everybody a safe, healthy, and prosperous 2016. We are ready to be of service with our pasture mowing. 352-629-2440. Locally owned and operated, experienced and reliable, commercial and residential, licensed and insured. Powell Jean, Gene at yahoo.com. 352-629-2440. Jean Powell Pasture Mowing. 352-629-2440.
The Appleton Museum of Art has a full schedule this fall of studio art classes for all ages and abilities. Kids can enjoy after-school classes and special programming on school half-days and the first Saturday of every month. Adults can take everything from calligraphy to painting to wheel throwing. For schedules and class descriptions, visit appletonmuseum.org or call 352-291-4455. Bring your creativity to the Appleton Museum of Art, located at 4333 East Silver Springs Boulevard.
Located in Ocala, Rinstar Medical Research has offered a wide range of clinical research trials for 17 years. Rinstar conducts clinical trials for conditions such as migraines, memory decline, fibromyalgia, and sun-damaged skin. To learn more, call Rinstar at 352-629-5800. Help us create a healthier tomorrow by volunteering today. Please call Rinstar at 352-629-5800.
Thank you, buddy. 25 minutes before 8 o'clock. Beautiful looking day. Kind of cold. 37 degrees. It dropped a degree since the last time I told you the temperature. About 10 minutes ago or whatever it was.
Back in tonight.
Let's see. There's a ribbon cutting I need to let you know about that is happening on the 21st. Thursday. Okay. This is at Golf Central, 3131 Southwest College Road in suite number 407.
Across the street.
This will be at 11 a.m. They are having a ribbon cutting over there to celebrate their grand opening. Mm-hmm. So if you're a golfer, you might want to go over there and say, hey, a new golf store.
Yeah, right across the street from Paddock Mall where the subway is in.
And then the city of Ocala, the Tree Haven subdivision street paving project is having a ribbon cutting ceremony. That's kind of cool. That'll be this Friday at 11 a.m. The Tree Haven subdivision located at North Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard at Northwest 28th Street here in Ocala. And that's at 11 a.m. So go celebrate with them. If you're a business and you would like to find out more about the Chamber and Economic Partnership, I'll just tell you this. It's a great way for you to network and build your business simply by becoming familiar with others and allowing others to become familiar with you. Mm-hmm. The phone number at the Chamber is 629-8051.
Yep. Give them a call.
Saturday, you and I, Robin and I, walked in Rainbow Springs. Mm-hmm. I worked at Rainbow Springs in 1972 when I was 17 years old. I filled vending machines and other things, other grunt work. But in all the years I was there, I never knew there was a trail. And maybe there wasn't a trail. But there's a trail there now that it's a state park. It's, of course, been a state park for a long time. But we've been trying to walk a lot lately just to be getting more exercise, I guess. And so there are some phosphate pits left from the 1890s along the trail. Mm-hmm. And at one time, Denellen had a boom. There's a book written by Mr. Dinkins.
Yes.
And it is the Denellen Boomtown of the 1890s. It's a wonderful book, by the way. It tells you a lot about our community, not just Denellen, but Ocala is in the book, and Romeo, and Juliet, which is Rainbow Springs, believe it or not. How many people knew that?
I didn't know
that. There's a Romeo in Northwest Marion County.
I knew that.
And there's a Juliet, well, there was, and that was what became Rainbow Springs. And then later on, I think they have a subdivision over there called Juliet Falls. So,
okay.
Yeah, and I don't know the story behind that. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so we took that walk. It was kind of nice, and
we made a video. Yep, it's on our personal Facebook pages. It's pretty cool too.
And one more thing before I get into the news, I wanted to congratulate my nephew Christopher. He was promoted to lieutenant. He's with the Marion County Fire Rescue.
Yep.
So he's now Lieutenant Whitler.
Yep, Lieutenant Christopher Whitler. Congratulations.
Very cool. Very cool.
Nice. Boy, he earned every bit of it too. He's a wonderful fellow.
So here's the day. Talk about walking. He runs marathons and swims.
He does.
We're worn out after 3 miles walking.
He does the Iron Man and all those kind of things too. He's super shape.
He's a role model for
He's got a
for his
beautiful
old uncle.
family, wonderful wife, beautiful children.
All right, today's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s life today, and his birthday is the reason it's today, although his actual birthday was the 15th. He was slain. He was assassinated in 1968. There's a parade, or a march, I should say, happening right now downtown, going to the Martin Luther King Jr. complex.
Mm-hmm.
Today is one of America's largest days of community service. Not many are familiar with how the day became a holiday. And just days after Dr. King's assassination, plans were underway to designate a national holiday to honor Martin Luther King Jr., but it took more than a decade. One of Stevie Wonder's songs actually helped, and I don't know which one it was.
I don't either. I don't understand.
The first national Martin Luther King Jr. holiday was observed in 1986.
Gosh. You'd think the song by Dick Holler would have been an influence.
Dick Holler's song, yes.
Yeah, of course.
Nobody knows who you're talking about because we happen to know the guy who
that's
wrote.
right.
The song is Abraham, Martin, and John. There, now you know.
Yeah.
Dion made it famous.
Right.
All right, for one day only, officials from Afghanistan, Pakistan, China, and the United States will meet in Kabul for a second round of peace talks aimed at bringing an end to Afghanistan's war. The talks come a week after discussions in the Pakistani capital of Islamabad. The meetings seek to revive a process that derailed last July after the first and only face-to-face meeting between the Afghan government and the Taliban reps in Islamabad. The Taliban are not invited to the talks today.
Good.
Chick-fil-A is serving kale starting today.
They are.
I want to go over there and see. The chain that made its name on fried chicken sandwiches adds a new menu item today.
Uh-huh.
Kale salad.
Really?
Yeah.
We have to check it out.
Shortly after Chick-fil-A broke the news to fans that it was discontinuing coleslaw, the fast food chain announced it would offer the new kale salad. It's a blend of kale and broccolini.
Oh.
What is broccolini?
I have no clue, but I'm
guessing
intrigued.
tiny broccoli, right? The chains of
maybe it's the florets chopped really, really, really small.
The chain's officials claim that the restaurants are among the first in the fast food industry to offer kale, which used to be dismissed as a garnish, as a side item. Now it's considered to be a very healthy food.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
We learned that from Dr. Lang all those years ago.
Elsewhere in the news, Parliament debates in Great Britain are often lively, and today's may be especially so as members decide whether or not to ban Donald Trump from the United Kingdom.
Oh, my gosh.
Because of his comments that he made about Muslims. The Republican presidential frontrunner drew widespread criticism after he called for Muslims to be temporarily barred from entering the United States. His comments spawned a petition to block him from entering the United Kingdom, signed by more than 570,000 people, prompting the debate.
Well, they'll have to rescind that once he's elected president.
And TV stars, models, and past cooking show contestants will battle in the cooking arena today when they appear on the Master Chef Celebrity Showdown.
Ooh.
It's a 2-hour special.
Okay.
Now there's interesting TV.
Yeah,
watching people cook.
I'll bet you Doug watches that because he's a chef, so he'll probably watch that.
The 2-hour special hosted by chefs Gordon Ramsay and Christina Tweesey pits celebrities against each other for the chance to win $25,000 for the charity of their choice.
Oh, I love it when the famous people get together and they raise money for their charities. It's just such
the participants include Empire's Taronda Jones and Caitlin Doubleday, Brooklyn Nine-Nine's Terry Crews and his wife Rebecca, and The Last Man on Earth's Boris Kodjoe and his wife Nicole Ari Parker.
They should have had us on there.
Yeah.
You could have made your toast.
I could have made toast.
Nobody
That's
else
about
would have
it.
made that. That would have been very intriguing.
All right, let's talk about the debate last night, the Democrat debate.
Okay.
Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders had several sharp exchanges. Did you see the eye shift? It's making the news.
I didn't see
The
that.
shifty
I
eyes
forgot
of
it was going to be on.
Mr. Sanders.
Oh my gosh!
They especially
toward her
were
or away from her.
It's just like, you gotta be kidding.
Oh, okay.
You gotta see the eye shift.
Okay, I gotta
Everybody's. It's a trending animated GIF. That's what they call it. An animated GIF. The debate. The sharp exchanges between those two was mostly on healthcare and Wall Street. Most of the debate's focus was on Sanders, Bernie Sanders, and his positions, especially his tax plan. He took many first questions and seemed to be the biggest presence on the stage.
Good.
The stakes were high. The debate came just weeks before the Iowa caucuses and New Hampshire primaries, and Sanders has been closing the gap on Clinton in polls. Clinton found herself on the defensive after Bernie Sanders pointed out that she received speaking fees from Goldman Sachs.
Mm-hmm.
Sanders, in turn, had to defend his health care plan that he released earlier in the night. Sanders also explained why he called former President Bill Clinton his indiscretions while in office disgraceful.
Of course they were.
And former Maryland Governor Martin O'Malley. Oh, that's right. There was a third person there. He criticized Clinton and Sanders' position on guns and defended his tough-on-crime record while mayor of Baltimore, and whether that was linked to the unrest after Freddie Gray's death. So we'll talk about all of those things on the other side of the break, and we'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Monday, mostly sunny but cooler than recent days with a high of 58 to 62. Clear, another cold Monday night with lows ranging from the mid-30s inland to the low 40s on the coast. Tuesday, partly sunny and quite cool, high 54 to 58. For Wednesday, times of clouds and sunshine, high 62 to 66. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Cats are curious, and one of the biggest mysteries to a cat is a closed door. That's why they try to scoot inside with us or stick a paw under the door to get our attention. A lot of women like tattoos on their feet and ankles, which can easily be shown off by wearing sandals or going barefoot. But since there's so little fat in those areas, be prepared to really grit your teeth while you're getting inked. Did you know the latest research tells us rude behavior can become contagious?
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Enrich your life at Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club. Here, century-old oak trees surround stunning homes, the finest resort-style amenities, and a stately clubhouse. Our exceptional golf course will host the 2016 Coates Golf Championship presented by R&L Carriers. And here you can savor a luxurious lifestyle that's second to none. Call 352-369-6969 for more information on our available real estate options and to schedule a home tour.
The play How I Learned to Drive is live on stage at the Ocala Civic Theater January 14th through the 24th. Lil Bit is an outsider, and she feels an odd kinship with Uncle Peck, a charming Southern gentleman, until he turns predatory and molests his young niece during so-called driving lessons in his Buick Riviera. This Pulitzer Prize-winning drama is intense and at times shockingly funny. This play contains strong adult themes and language. Tickets are $25 for adults, $12 for students.
At Ameris Bank, we understand that there is no purchase more exciting than the purchase of a new home. We are dedicated to helping you find the mortgage that meets your needs and giving you the personal attention you deserve. Our mortgage options offer a variety of benefits, including up to 100% financing, down payment assistance, and expansive credit qualifications, all with the competitive rates and exceptional service. Call Ameris Bank today or visit amerisbank.com to learn more. We look forward to serving you.
Ameris Bank is an equal housing lender and member of FDIC, a loan subject to credit approval.
12 minutes before 8 o'clock. Beautiful looking Monday morning. Kind of cold. I guess you could take the word kinda. It's 38 degrees. Once it gets to 40, then it'll be kind of cold. 40 is my place where I cut off saying the word kinda or sorta or anyway, it's cold out there. 38 degrees. And the forecast, I don't know if I've told you this. There's not a whole lot to tell you. There's no rain mentioned, sunny skies, cool temperatures. Lows tonight about a little bit colder than they are this morning. By the time we reach Tuesday morning, 33 degrees will be the low. And then Tuesday night, tomorrow's high only in the mid-50s. So that's going to be cool tomorrow. And then tomorrow night's lows, 31 degrees. Might have a freeze warning. We'll find out.
Yeah, I got to bring my plants in again tonight.
And that'll be, of course, bringing us to Wednesday morning where things start to warm up a little bit, but not a whole lot. So not a whole lot of snow this year in the East Coast, huh?
No,
Not yet.
last year there was a lot everywhere.
All right, we're talking about the Democratic debates last night. The first question was, in my first 100 days in office, my top 3 priorities will be blank. And the candidates were asked to fill in the blank. Most candidates named more than 3. Bernie Sanders said health care for all, raise the minimum wage to at least $15 an hour, and create millions of jobs by replacing crumbling infrastructure.
Sounds like all private sector stuff.
So, he released his healthcare plan yesterday. We'll have to look into that. It's not the same as President Obama's.
Do they say anywhere though that plan will not be mandated? I mean, that's what the big issue is, and nobody is admitting that from the government.
And
it's about the mandate.
And if you raise the wages to $15 an hour, the debate is, I'm not taking sides necessarily, but the debate is that you would have people laid off from their jobs because their employers can't afford $15 an hour.
No, and then how about the people that started out at minimum wage? They're now making $15 an hour because they spent 2 years at the company and they're, they earn that. Now their wage should go up to $20 an hour. I mean, that's just so ridiculous.
In response to the fill-in-the-blank question, which again is in my first 100 days in office, my top 3 priorities will be, Hillary Clinton said creating more good jobs in manufacturing, clean energy, and other sectors. Number 2, raise the minimum wage, guarantee equal pay for women's work. She didn't give a dollar amount in her minimum wage response. She said she would build on Obamacare and improve upon it. If you saw the debates, you know that was one of the contentious points between the two, between her and Sanders, is that he has a different plan and she wants to build on the plan already in place.
Well, then first step, don't mandate it. Everybody will be happy.
And in answering the question for 3 priorities, she gave a 4th: bring our country together. We have too much division. And then O'Malley answered. He had more than 3 also, but when he responded, he said number 1, and he had a few things under number 1. So he would make wages go up again. He would demand equal pay for equal work. He would make it easier to join labor unions. He would make comprehensive immigration reform, and he would raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. So twice in the same answer, he's talking about wages going up. His second point was he would move us to a 100% clean electric grid, and O'Malley said if he was elected in the first 100 days, he would be sure to set a new agenda for America's cities.
All 3 candidates have their own businesses. I wonder if they've already raised their minimum wage workers up to $15 an hour. Probably not.
Here's the healthcare part. Hillary Clinton went against Bernie Sanders for wanting to start over again. Instead of defending and improving the Affordable Care Act, Sanders released a Medicare for All plan yesterday, which would significantly raise income taxes on top earners introduce a 2.2% health care premium for all Americans, and impose a 6.2% payroll tax on employers, which would most likely be passed on to workers. Hillary Clinton said, "We finally have a path to universal health care," referring to Obamacare. She said, "We've accomplished so much already. I do not want to see the Republicans repeal it. I don't want to see us start over again with a contentious debate. I want us to defend and build on the Affordable Care Act and improve it." And Sanders responded, saying the Clinton campaign's assertion that he wants to end Medicare, Medicaid, and the Children's Health Insurance Program is nonsense. Bernie Sanders said in reference to that, quote, "What Medicare for All program does is finally provide in this country health care for every man, woman, and child as a right," unquote. Clinton shot back, saying, quote, "I have to say I'm not sure whether we're talking about the plan that you just introduced tonight or we're talking about the plan you introduced 9 times in the Congress. But the fact is we have the Affordable Care Act. That is one of the greatest accomplishments of President Obama, of the Democratic Party, and our country," unquote.
But it's mandated. There's a big difference.
Clinton said, "Now there are things we can do to improve it, but to tear it up and start over again, pushing our country back into that kind of a contentious debate, I think is wrong." Sanders then responded to that, saying, "We're not going to tear up the Affordable Care Act. I helped write it, but we're going to move on top of that to a Medicaid for all system." Medicaid for all.
Oh, Medicaid for all and not Medicare for all.
I use both terms. I'm just reading it the way it was said. Yeah. You did use both terms, so yes, you picked up on that too. Where are you going? Let's see. Sanders was asked about his comments about Bill Clinton's past sexual misconduct. Earlier this month, he called the former president's actions totally disgraceful and unacceptable. And here's how he responded to that. Sanders said, "I was asked the question, you know, one of the things, Andrea, and that question annoys me. I cannot walk down the street. Secretary Clinton knows this without being told how much I have to attack Secretary Clinton. Want to get me on the front pages of the paper? I make some vicious attack. I have avoided doing that, trying to run an issue-oriented campaign. I was asked the question." Mitchell said, "You didn't have to answer it that way, though, did you? Why did you?" And Sanders said, "Then, if I don't answer it, then it's another front-page story."
Yeah, he's in a catch-22 situation no matter what he does because he's fighting Hillary.
He said, "Have I ever once said a word about this issue? No, I have not. I'm going to debate Secretary Clinton and Governor O'Malley on the issues facing the American people, not Bill Clinton's personal behavior." That was a time waster, wasn't it, to even bring that up?
Oh, yeah, but I mean, it's just...
I mean, if he didn't say anything, what's the point in asking? Okay.
Right, exactly.
Here's some of the best quotes of the debate. "I've never met a self-respecting deer hunter who needed an AR-15 to down a deer," unquote. That was from O'Malley.
Oh.
Mr. O'Malley.
Okay.
Your right to bear arms is not about hunting.
No.
Your right to bear arms is about protecting yourself from anybody who wants to harm you, whether
your
it's
family.
Domestic or foreign. Yes,
Exactly.
or your family, right. Your right to bear arms is not about shooting deer. Bernie Sanders said, "Whenever anybody in this country is killed while in police custody, it should automatically trigger a U.S. attorney's investigation."
Gosh.
I can't disagree with that, actually.
No.
Mrs. Clinton, on her relationship with Russian President Vladimir Putin, said, "It's interesting." It's interesting. Hillary Clinton, on asking her husband for advice if she became president, said, "It'll start at the kitchen table and we'll see how it goes from there." Probably the same thing happened when he was president, right?
Oh, sure. She was probably involved in everything.
And then Bernie Sanders said this to Hillary Clinton, quote, "You've received over $600,000 in speaking fees from Goldman Sachs in 1 year." Wow, that's a lot of money. "The federal government should get a warrant whether they want to come in through your back door or your front door.
Oh.
O'Malley made that on tech companies turning information over to law enforcement.
Oh, gosh.
He can say anything he wants. He's not getting it. He's just...
No, he's just, they had to have somebody as the token person between the two, so that was him.
There needs to be a concerted effort to address the systemic racism in law enforcement. That was Clinton's statement.
Mm-hmm.
There needs to be a concerted effort to address the systemic racism. On that issue, I wouldn't say that there's none in this country, but I would imagine that it's department by department. I don't think it's across the country.
I agree with you. Yeah, I concur.
Let's see. Someone like Trump who believes climate change is a hoax invented by the Chinese. Sanders said that in that Trump statement. I don't know what he's talking about. Okay.
Mm-mm.
All right. Bernie Sanders was pressed by Andrea Mitchell, the moderator, on how he plans to pay for all of his proposals, specifically free college for everyone and expanding Social Security. He says, quote, "I pay for it through a tax on Wall Street speculation. This country and the middle class bailed out Wall Street. Now it is Wall Street's time to help the middle class," Sanders said, attacking Clinton for not documenting how she would pay for her plans. Clinton responded, saying, "I have actually documented every way that I'm going to pay for what I'm doing because I think the American public deserves to know. And you can go to my website and actually see that. But there are serious questions about how we're going to pay for what we want to see our country do. And I'm the only candidate standing here tonight who has said I will not raise taxes on the middle class." Sanders then responded to criticisms of the effects of his health care plan, which raised taxes on incomes across the board. What we have got to acknowledge, and I hope the secretary does, he said, is we are doing away with private health insurance premiums. So instead of paying $10,000 to Blue Cross or Blue Shield, yes, some middle-class families would be paying slightly more in taxes, but the result would be that middle-class family would be saving some $5,000 in health care costs, a little bit more in taxes, do away with private health insurance premiums. It's a pretty good deal.
That's a nice cross-section you did today.
All right, we'll take a break. Be right back. Galen, Life South up next.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. The search is on in Iraq for 3 missing Americans.
A local policeman saying the trio was taken from their car on Saturday along a highway in southwest Dora while driving to Baghdad International Airport. An Iraqi government intelligence official claiming the Americans were kidnapped from their interpreter's home in Dora and taken to Sadr City.
Fox Radio's Jessica Guller. Authorities in Ohio say one person is in custody after the death of a Danville police officer.
Deputies found the body of Thomas Cottrell behind the police department overnight. His gun and police cruiser both were stolen.
Mike McCarthy of Fox affiliate WTTE in Columbus. Police say they got a call around midnight from a woman saying her ex-boyfriend had weapons and was looking to kill a cop. Civic leaders and activists marking the 30th anniversary of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Wall Street's closed in observance of the holiday. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Steven.
Who said that?
Me, down here.
What are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
Well, what are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. Don't you remember me? Don't you know that we miss you?
Miss me? Who misses me?
You know, all your friends in the forest. The trees, the pond, that little fort that you made out of branches. We all miss you.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm a slug, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
The forest is not that far away. Have an adventure today. I'm sure your mom would take you.
You're right. I should get out. I want to have fun. Play in puddles, catch frogs, and climb trees. Hey, Mom!
Yeah, hon? Steven, what is that in your hand?
It's my sense of adventure, Mom. It's telling me we need to get out of the house and have some fun in nature today.
Come to the forest where the more adventurous you lives. Check out discovertheforest.org for cool places nearby.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Gene and Debbie would like to thank you for another successful year of business. We also want to wish everybody a safe, healthy, and prosperous 2016. We are ready to be of service with our pasture mowing. 352-629-2440. Locally owned and operated, experienced and reliable, commercial and residential, licensed and insured. Powell Gene, Gene at yahoo.com. 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. 352-629-2440.
Are you wasting hundreds or thousands of dollars on termite retreat fees? If you're not with Turner Pest Control, you probably are. Turner Pest Control offers the industry's only termite and pest control package that never charges retreat fees, ever. You can get started today for only $99. This is a value of